How would you like to play against the pros on national TV? Download now to play and win. It's absolutely free to play. From Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, this is Poker Night in America. Welcome to Poker Night in America with Joe Stapleton. I'm Chris Hansen. We are back at Seminole Hard Rock for day 2.
It's our second day in the land of bath salts and alligators, but hold on to your potatoes because Jessica Dawley is about to tell one of the steamiest stories in the history of Poker Night in America.
Really?
Nah, mostly she just talks about insurance premiums, deductibles, medical billing, good stuff.
Well, at least there's still the poker. Firing up day 2 here at Seminole Hard Rock with a brand new cast of characters, but some familiar faces as well mixed in. Stapes?
Tom Marchese is familiar to me. Hi, Tom. Hi.
Poker Night in America brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal. Blinds are 25 and 50. There's an optional $100 straddle that most of the players are going to take advantage of when it's their turn.
Jessica Dawley, first act here, raising King Jack off.
Do any of you guys wakeboard or no?
Oh my God, Dan O'Brien always trying to turn the conversation to wakeboarding. Jeez, give it a rest.
I went with Phil. Is he in town?
No, he's in Rio with Michael Phelps, so I'm sure they're...
Oh, Jen.
Geez.
Oh, down there by your foot, you dropped something.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm sure they're having a good time.
Maybe the sickest brag ever.
It's not a bad place to be.
Yeah. Yeah, he was bummed he couldn't come to the Hard Rock because he loves it here and he likes Poker Night in America.
Oh yeah, it must be real.
But yeah.
That'd be terrible.
He's in Rio.
Must be horrible. I feel really sorry for
Hanging
him.
with Phelps, winning all the golds.
Yeah, I feel terrible for him. I'll send him like a condolence card. Sorry you missed the Hard Rock.
So if you go to your town with your purple hair, are they all gonna judge you? And
No, like,
They just
You know
point and
that-
shame her.
yeah, exactly.
like
It's-
gothic child.
It is out of the ordinary there. But no, they're so friendly. Like that's the thing I miss about being there. If they had poker close, like, just everyone's like so nice. Like, just not used to that in a lot of other places.
Is there a way to like I want to put some blue in my hair,
Yeah.
but I don't know how to go about it.
Easy.
Well,
You're in Florida, it's home of the blue hairs.
I mean, like, so it doesn't look
Terrible.
totally awful.
What kind of blue do you want to do?
Like a really electric blue,
But
like
do you want
his
to do
shirt,
it all over?
but maybe a little darker.
So Matt had no choice but to try to bluff the river there. He only had 4 high.
Wow.
He's actually playing the board, to be honest.
Nice hand.
And he's got a fold to the raise from Jen.
Got him.
It was like $4,000 to be able to see well.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Seems like a good deal. Things were a little bit blurry
Unless you
before.
listen to some of Jennifer's horror stories, then it's not a good
They
deal.
do
Phil's
one eye at
stories,
a time.
Yeah.
Jen seems like a rebel. I think she would do it anyway. Yeah, she would just go for it.
The contacts are so easy, so.
Pedal to the metal.
Action on Jess Dawley. Raises to 150 with ace-9, and look at this. What a good start for Jennifer Tilly. She's got aces this time.
Oh boy, looks like she won't be taking the same bath she took last time she was on the show. Things are a lot drier so far this time.
I kind of want to hear some of Phil's stories.
Dan O'Brien calls from the big blind. Here's the flop.
See the world through those goggles.
9-8-8. Dawley hits her 9.
I would bet this just because the 9 is close to an 8, thinking I had trips, but in Jessica's case, it's actually top pair.
275 the bet from Dawley. The Oscar nominee, Jennifer Tilly, calls.
I don't think Dan's gonna be calling here very often. He's just got a gut shot, 1 overpair to the board.
What you know about Dan O'Brien?
He ain't calling, he's raising. And Jen's gonna be a little worried that Dan might have an 8, but not so worried that she folds.
And normally in this situation, the person who bet first is usually who you're worried about, but the person who bet first in Jessica is now folded. So now you've got to think, well, what's Tilly up to?
Aces, that's what.
Queen on the turn.
Dan should really be firing again here.
And here it comes. 2,100.
He's got to take some time to think about it. If he goes too quickly, it could be more obvious that he's bluffing, that he's already decided what he was doing before the turn even came out.
And there's a call from Tilly. Well, the 10 is an interesting card because that does fill in maybe some straights, or if he picked up a flush draw on the turn. See if Tilly slows down. Nope.
She doesn't. She doesn't give Dan the chance to bet into her again, and it's probably a good move because I think he would have checked behind. He had showdown value once he made a pair of 10s. Look at that. Nice fold to Dan.
Girls are crushing.
By the way, is Jen wearing a crown?
I believe they call it a tiara.
Was it the 10? Was it the 10 that got you there?
It was your face.
Hello, it's Phil Hellmuth in the Kimosabi Mezcal Lounge with one of my favorite poker players, Liv Bree. And you and I met on a reality show 12 years ago. I came into coach. You were a 21-year-old, didn't really know anything about poker, and just started, the rocket ship started taking off. And speaking of rocket ships, you're a rocket scientist.
Well, I mean, I'm not technically a rocket scientist. I studied astrophysics, so I guess rockets go into space, and I more studied the space itself.
Whatever, rocket scientist.
Sure, I'll go with that.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's right. We met 12 years ago now. I can't believe it's been that long.
Right.
I had never been in a casino before, never played a hand of poker before, and here I am, my first time on TV, and there's this 6'4" tall guy who's like big loud voice telling me, no, you've got to raise that hand and so on, and getting all these instructions. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I look up and it's Phil Hellmuth. Google him. I'm like, wow, he's kind of a big deal. And you and I have just been buddies ever since.
I think really you're universally loved in poker. And on that note, universal love. Let's do a little Kimosabi Mezcal here.
Yes, please.
Cheers to Liv being universally loved.
Absolutely. Thank you. Cheers, Phil.
I think on Poker Night in America, I play really good poker about 82% of the time. And then the rest of the time, I just go crazy.
Back at Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Dan O'Brien is first act. That's into the muck. New player joining us in seat 7. Say hello to Dan Suied, or don't.
Hello, Dan Suied.
Thanks for taking the option. He raises with King 10.
His last name's one letter away from being suited.
Yeah, when you make 10 million, you know, you can be pretty witty. It's only 25.
Oh.
Celebrity rebate.
Awesome, I love it.
Here's the flop brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal. It's 3 Queen King.
Top pair for Suied, second pair for Tilly. Berkey's 4 and 6 highs, not working out so well so far. And Suied raising the flop lead from Jen Tilly. This is a pretty thin raise. You can get action from a worse hand, though, it looks like.
What did you do this summer? You just played like tourneys?
Play full
and low
schedule,
cash,
yeah. Just Max Payne. That's the biggest schedule I've ever played. I think I played like
Of course, this can always happen also.
another 75K. What did I
Oh, that's an option. She raises to 4,400.
lose that much, thankfully? And I played like
This is why you don't raise in that spot.
Yeah, I mean, I was down like a ton at one point.
Nice hand.
Wow.
Lost like one.
Jen gets the better hand to fold. How about that?
in the tournaments.
They don't like people to bring money because everyone's afraid of the home games getting robbed.
Yeah.
Which is like
Happened.
Or rated.
or rated, yeah. So it's like good if nobody has money and, you know, just at the end of the night, everybody.
When I
Has
first started
the
playing, we
power,
played
yeah.
nothing but underground games in Pittsburgh,
Oh,
and
say.
one of my really close friends was at a place that they busted the doors down with AKs. There was like 5 or 6
Oh my
guys,
God.
raided the whole place.
Oh my God,
Like
that's
cops or
insane.
No,
not?
like, people just robbers.
That happened, or that motorcycle dude did that at the Suncoast.
Oh yeah. The Bellagio Bandit.
Yeah.
Man, I got to play with him for like a month and
really?
a half after that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. We were playing 5, 10, 20 at the Golden Nugget, and the game had just gotten huge, and he was like buried for heaps. It was like me, LaManna, and Billy McMahon, and then the Bellagio Bandit. And he was like trying to sell us flags at a discount.
Oh, wow.
It's like, man, what a weird
Because I
spot
remember
to be
like a
in.
poker player turning in. I remember like.
Yeah, he was selling cranberries. That's what got him, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Oh
cranberries
yeah.
are
Sorry,
hard. Yeah.
cranberry.
If he would
Sorry,
have
so
just thrown
cranberries.
those away, he
Yeah,
probably
but
wouldn't have gotten
they're
caught.
hard. Like it's suspicious you're selling cranberries at a discount.
Oh, it wasn't suspicious. We knew what was going on.
You knew you knew he was a Bellagio Bandit?
I mean, at
or
that
you
point,
sort of, yeah.
it was pretty tough not
And he was
to.
trying to sell them for like 10,000.
Really?
When I heard
Wow.
about it, yeah.
Wow.
How many did you buy?
I should have.
I don't know. It's like, I mean, well, if you have, a bunch of cranberries already, but you can't just take those things and
Yeah, they're
cash them.
hard.
Yeah,
They're
of
hard to unload.
Especially when they're on the lookout for
Right.
it.
Yeah.
You'd have to hold on to them for a really long time, but
They're
They're always gonna
They
know
changed
about
the chips over right after that, too.
plus like the higher they go, they actually have them like marked down like whose account, like they have the RFID or whatever.
That's what
Sick.
they always say. I don't know if it's true, though.
I think, well, the Aria, they put them over that scanner.
They are
So,
strict at the Aria.
Really?
I don't know if they're just putting on a whole
1300?
dog and pony show for us, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, it
Well,
seems
like I've given
smart.
people at Bellagio, was that like a flag or something, whatever, and they couldn't cash it, but then I went up there and they, because of my play or whatever, and they let me do it. And I was like, but they're playing, like they play, like
It
I gave
seems-
them.
They look up your play like through your card, but I
Yeah.
don't think they're like looking to see if it's like directly connected to the chip.
Right, well, but like for the 1Ks Plus at Aria, they just like put them over the RFID thing.
I assume that's to check if they're real, right?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
But they obviously have some chip in them.
There's the call.
Yeah.
Good call, Dan Suied. What's up, Berkey, with just ace high. Well, we've got to leave the stage here for a second at the Hard Rock in Florida. However, we will be back momentarily. Think of it as an encore.
Poker Night in America is brought to you by our trusted friend, Kimosabi Mezcal. Why settle for tequila? Step up to Kimosabi.
Poker Night in America is at Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, once again. Nice mixture at the table today of first-timers and regulars. There's one of those regulars, Jennifer Tilley, raising with Ace Jack.
You love Japan.
I do.
Wow.
Yeah, ever since I saw Tokyo Drift, I always wanted to.
No, Tokyo Drift is fire.
My new favorite Japanese restaurant's in Vegas, too.
What is it?
Everybody probably knows. I'm sure you guys have been to that one. It's like YUI or something.
Umaya?
Amazing. I went there 4 times.
What is it? Where is
Yui.
it?
It's hidden.
Thanks for taking me this summer.
You didn't
went
take her?
once.
She's not on the list then. You're not on the
It's
list.
like Spring Mountain in Arville.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a punt.
1200?
There's no like.
It's
there's like a
amazing.
small Japanese symbol above it. Like.
Oh,
It's the best
It's a hidden
Japanese
gem.
restaurant I've ever been to in my life.
okay.
I'm plugging you right now.
Well, the best Vegas restaurant I've ever been to in my life was in Tokyo.
Definitely, if you go sit at the bar.
King, queen, deuce is the flop.
160 omakase. There's like a cheaper one and a 160. I went to one in Miami like 2 days ago with my girlfriend. It was like $350 each. Wasn't nowhere even near the one in Vegas. So I'm like so miserable.
Sick brag, you have a girlfriend. Nice.
Oh, you saw that in there? You saw that in there?
I saw that. Yeah, after I
You
saw that
we're
little.
not friends on Facebook? You know I have a girlfriend.
2 things. A, I only have a fan page. And 2, I don't have a regular Facebook.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Sick brag, you got a fan
Fan
page.
page.
By fan page, I mean like the 4 friends that I have. But yeah, I used to have a regular Facebook. I don't have one. I haven't had it in years. So.
Sorry. All right, we're not friends though.
Who's your biggest fan?
Me? Probably.
I don't know if you have like
No, I do. I have like three people. I would
3
say.
mega fans. Anyone you want to shout out? Or?
Probably one's a stalker. One's a stalker, right?
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah. There's a thin
don't-
line between mega fans and
Yeah, I don't-
stalkers when you're
No, it's like a really thin line.
attractive woman,
I don't want to
guess.
like put their name out there and then like them
Right.
think like, wow, she looks at all my stuff. She must really like me.
Right. Does Ash ever have to be like, yo, you need to
I'm the
fall back?
I'm the brawn in this. Like,
Oh, you're the pro.
I'm the brawn in that dynamic.
Wow. There's a lot that goes into keeping games healthy, and I feel like most people are far too self-interested in order to do what it takes.
Yeah. But like I can get it. Like if you have a fish on the line and like why would you want anyone else that's like decent coming in and taking the money
The
out?
majority of the things people do to think that they're catering to the spot ultimately like alienate the spot.
Like what do you mean by that? Because, you know, sometimes I've been feeling quite alienated. Like, I get very insulted when people say, hey, we'll give you your rake back. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Keep your stupid rake.
They're just nice people, you know.
Yeah. No, so, like, what kind of things are you saying?
Well, I just think like, you know, when you start playing higher, a lot of people are playing for the challenge, not just for the ability to make money. So to like, they want to be pandered to, but you shouldn't cater to them to a level where they're calling the shots.
Yeah.
Because
Where
ultimately,
they're
like,
giving rebates and...
or even just like letting them always set the lineups and stuff like that. Like let them set the seats.
Right.
That's
But see, here's the
fine,
problem.
but-
It's not the. Good luck.
Oh, that accelerated fast.
Do I have to flip mine?
So I kind of look at this like losing one of these is kind of like losing a flip, because some of the time you're going to be the one with the
Not
aces.
that you would run it twice.
It's a 50-50.
I've seen this
That's
before.
true. Technically, you will have aces and kings the equal amount of time,
Exactly.
correct?
Big diamonds too. Nice hand, nice hand.
7. No fun.
Oh, I saw those.
Things are not good for Suied here. As the run out holds up Marchese's aces.
It is nice that just living in Vegas that you rarely run into a problem paying with a $100 bill.
How are you able to do that?
And everywhere else,
Just
they're like, oh,
Pay your
we can't bring
deductible up
this.
front like that.
It's not your deductible. So like when you have surgery, sorry, I've just had a lot of like a lot of them, whatever. Like, so you
Some
have
of
to
them-
meet your deductible right before
Right,
insurance
right.
kicks in. But before they do any surgery, the company wherever you have, the hospital you're having the surgery, they contact your insurance company and say,
You know, man, is it just me or are these poker stories getting less and less exciting than they used to be?
Yeah, they used to. We started off so strong too, talking about the Bellagio Bandit, and now we're talking about HMOs and.
I mean, we are in
Deductibles?
Florida, the
Doesn't come.
health insurance capital of the world.
That's true.
Like I'll get billed $5,000 worth from 20 different entities.
Yeah, the anesthesia. Like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
whatever,
Like it's $100
Oh,
here,
yeah, yeah. That's
500
how-
there.
What they calculate those are percent. So like let's say you have 5K deductible, the hospital won't take the 5K. They'll take 1,200 or 1,300.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Maybe I went in with more like 2,000 for them or something. For like some initial fee.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I've gotten
Yeah,
the
because
same
obviously
thing.
if you could just have a middleman do everything for you, that's fantastic.
Well, it is
Yeah,
and
of
it's not.
course,
Like,
because I've been so shammed by that over and over and over again.
the downside is that like a lot of the times they'll overestimate. They do it all the time. They overestimate. They're like, oh yeah, we think you're gonna owe 3,200, and I'm like, no, I have a bunch of outstanding. Like let's say you have to have an MRI before you have your surgery, which most of the
Right.
time you have to.
Yeah.
So the MRI bill hasn't come through yet. I'm like, no, that's not the outstanding bill because they try to get you that way.
Yeah, of
Because then they get your money, and then good luck collecting it. It takes like
Yeah.
6 months to get your money back.
Yeah, it's
I don't
very
try that
difficult to
scam.
get money once they have it.
Well, they try to scam you now. They try to like threaten you. They're like, oh, you have to pay up front. I'm like, no. Like it's not like if it's a private practice, that's different. But at a normal hospital, like no, you get to go through the billing. That's why I have insurance. And like, my dad just had eye surgery on Monday, and they try to get him like that too. He need to have 5,000, like 4,600 in cash. And I was like, no. Like let them bill your insurance first, because there's write-offs.
Right.
And he's like, no, they told me that like that's what the write-off would be. I'm like, I'm sure they did, because they're hoping that they'd be like, oh, okay, here's.
Right. Yeah, that's sad, especially like there's probably like older people, law-abiding citizens like your dad.
Right, of course,
They
they're like-
just go, oh, okay, a little check, and put in the
Envelope and mail it on.
lick the envelope, find the
The
stamp,
stamp.
drop it in the mailbox.
Dan calls here. He
No,
could
it's good.
figure that Mermelstein's going to rep this ace no matter what, and even if he's got one, he can still make it straight. He does not get there. That jack is pretty much a blank.
Like the medical practice in America is just so sad anyway. The insurance.
Oh, thank God the insurance talk is back. I was starting to almost have fun. You know, Mermelstein looks like the guy from the 90s movie who no one realizes he's hot until he takes off his glasses, except for one person in the movie and every single person in the audience.
Really struggling to find a hand I can beat. I have to tell you. There aren't that many.
What can Dan beat?
2K.
Pocket sixes that missed, pocket threes.
No.
No, if he had 2 kings, I think he might have.
All right, 10 seconds.
Dan can be a bit of an overthinker. Now, this is what makes him a great player. But a lot of us are just going to play this the way it is, which is sometimes it is just what it looks like. Sometimes they're betting top pair.
In the end, Dan O'Brien makes the wrong decision.
Nice value bet on the end. In the words of Luke Wilson from Blue Streak, believe that.
Make sure y'all turn off your microphones.
I was really just a non-believer.
I bet you guys didn't know these kids can hardly count. We got to take a quick break, but when we get back, we'll let you know what the final scores are.
He's like, wait, I'm in the hand. And it was like, rattle, 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 like in the bushes.
You were sitting there all quiet like a snake, like, I'm gonna be really quiet, she won't even see me.
Wow.
I think on Poker Night in America, I play really good poker about 82% of the time. And then the rest of the time, I just go crazy.
Poker Night in America is brought to you by our trusted friend, Kimosabi Mezcal. Why settle for tequila? Step up to Kimosabi.
Thanks for coming back to Poker Night in America. All right, let's see who's got what in front of them. As we take a pause on day one, we see that seat one doing very well. Tom Marchese is up $14,000, and Dan Suied, he won two hands that won him some money, and then he lost all of that money with his aces versus kings.
Well, I didn't learn a ton about poker tonight, but I did learn how to get the most bang for my buck out of my health plan. Goodbye, psoriasis, and goodbye, you. We'll see you next time from Still here at Hard Rock.
Yep,
Okay.
that's right. Very good. Nice job, Stapes. For more from Poker Night, visit pokernight.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch for up-to-date information, full episodes, and unedited live streams. For Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Hansen. We'll see you next time on Poker Night in America. Yeah, don't itch it. It makes it worse.
So you have to meet your deductible right before insurance kicks in. But before they do any surgery, the company or wherever the hospital you're having the surgery, they contact your insurance company and see where you're at in your deductible. If you've paid zero out.
No, can you just get this one spot right?
I'm not touching you.
Over the clothes.
I've seen where you've been. No, thank you, ma'am. Poker Night is brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal.